Thank you for holding, everybody. We're now joined with New Mexico State Defensive Coordinator Zane Vance. If you have a question for Coach Vance, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Again, *1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Coach, while we're waiting for that, would you mind starting us off with an opening statement?
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to. Obviously, we have another big rival football game coming up this week. This is a tremendously important game in this state, as you can imagine, with New Mexico State and New Mexico. So it's an opportunity for us to bounce back after a really, really devastating loss in a game that we felt like that we had under control in a previous rival game against UTEP. So we're moving forward now, trying to to bounce back and play well in the next.
Thank you, Coach. As a reminder to our members of the media, it is *1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Our first questions come from Randy with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Randy, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. Welcome to the Teleconference. How are you doing this morning?
I am terrific, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I want to ask about the UTEP game. Now that you've had a week, away from a game day, what have you kind of looked back at the UTEP game and learned from that game?
Well, the tragedy of that football game is that nobody will ever be able to appreciate what we had accomplished with 4:07 to go in the game. UTEP was a team that for 2 years had physically beaten us up and knocked us around. And with 4 minutes to go, in a rebuilding process for our defense, we had allowed 21 points. Our offense had played extraordinarily well in the second half to give us a chance to put that game away. We were where we wanted to be in the turnover margin. We had scored on defense, and we had the thing right where we wanted it. And obviously, the big lesson from the game is you have to finish, and that's it's something that haunts me every morning that I wake up. But that's really the long and short of it is you have to finish playing base coverage and rushing four guys and doing the things that had gotten you there. You have to finish. And that's been our big challenge is to keep our kids' heads up and let them understand. Look, you were there, and you have to finish the game. That's what we did.
What was the plan and the process throughout the bye week as you kind of prepare for New Mexico?
Well, the one thing we couldn't do is look back and go back and say, let's retread and try to fix the things that we didn't do in the last 4 minutes. Our focus has been entirely on the University of New Mexico. There's a reason that every year when you look at the stats, they're in the top 5 in rushing, despite the schedule that they play in a difficult conference and the BCS level games that they play every year. Whoever they play, they find a way to run that football for over 300 yards. So we have not done any looking back or retooling about previous opponents. Our entire focus has been on them and trying to get ready to defend them defensively, obviously, and then to attack them offensively with whatever they present to us.
And finally, I want to ask you, the defense has forced 6 turnovers this year, and conversely now you're +3 in that department as far as turnovers go. What's been the key to you guys forcing 4 fumbles and 2 interceptions this year?
Well, going all the way back to spring football, we made that a point of emphasis in that we were going to advertise that in our meeting room. We were going to put the kids' names up. We were going to try to give them as much publicity internally as we could for taking the ball away. We had a daily update on that. We had anything we could do to promote that. We had highlight films to start our meetings, showing turnovers and takeaways. And as that was done, our head coach was revisiting last season and how turning the ball over offensively 34 times in a season, you have no chance to be successful. So while our offense was having it pounded on them, that if you take care of the ball, you're going to be in every game, we were pounded on the defense that if you take the ball away, you're going to be in every game. And maddeningly, we've done that, and we have managed to drop 2 football games by 5 points. But we've been there to win those, and the turnovers have been a key to that.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy, and thank you, Coach. That's all the questions I have for you today. We do appreciate your time.